Hey guys, I think we're ready to start. My name is Tommy, I'm one of the developers, and I'm very excited to welcome all of you to our stream. So, I know that a lot of you are very excited for this game and that you've been waiting a long time, and I'm very proud to finally be able to show you what we have been working on for so long. So, yeah, as you know, the game is coming on 6th of June, so it's very soon, and we would like to first start running a few streams to introduce you guys to the game, so you can have a glimpse of what it's all about, how the gameplay works, and so on. So, as you can see on this menu screen, there are a couple ways we can play Cooking Simulator. The first one is when we either load or start a new game. This is something what we call career mode. In this mode, you start in a very basic kitchen. In this mode, you start in a very basic kitchen. You are a new guy in a restaurant, and your job is actually to learn new dishes, to master the recipes, and progressively become better and better chef. You will unlock new recipes, and you will also gain fame as you progress. So yeah, this is the first mode that we have. The second one is something we call sandbox mode. So in this mode, basically, well, it's a sandbox, right? So you can do pretty much whatever you want. You have instant access to all the ingredients in the game, to all the recipes. There are no time limits on the recipes, so you can do absolutely whatever you want. And also you have access to all the perks that are available in the game. The perks are one of the newest features we added to the game. It was added after the last beta, so I know that many of you haven't heard about it yet. So I hope that today you're going to have a little glimpse about what it is. So the last mode you can play Cooking Simulator is actually a set of tutorials. We called it Cooking School. So basically this is something that is going to hold your hand and explain you all the mechanics, and that's something that's where I would like to start. So I think we could start from the kitchen trip. Okay, so the kitchen trip is going to be basically a trip around our kitchen. It's going to show us all the stands, all the places. So yeah, this is the beginning. So yeah, the guy in the pop-up screen, he's our main chef. He's the character who's a guide to us. He's giving us all the advice and instruction on how to prepare dishes. If you see the resemblance, well, we can say who is his real-life lookalike, but I think you guys can actually guess it, and I hope that the memes are coming soon. So yeah, basically, this is the place where we can pick up the majority of all the ingredients in the game. Right now he's talking about the plates. Plates are very important for the gameplay because plates are the tool you can use to carry multiple objects at the same time. I can show it to you later. So basically, if you would go and try to pick up object with only your hand, you can only carry one object at a time, no matter how big or small it is. But if you carry kind of container like a pot or a plate, you can use it to actually pick up multiple objects. It really expedites the flow of the game. Here you have a stand with all the veggies and fruits in the game. As I mentioned before, here we have the plates. Chill out, Mr. Jordan. You have the spices over here, some liquids. Here are the boxes. I cannot use them in this mode right now, but you can use boxes to generally buy stuff, and they can also be carried around the kitchen for your convenience. Here we've got a fire extinguisher in case you really mess up. Mop for, you know, messing up slightly less, and also we have this shelf right here when you can pick up all the herbs that you can use to give the final touch to whatever you're preparing. Okay, so now we have to move to this marker over here. Yeah, this is obviously the refrigerator. You can also find some other ingredients stored in here. What's important to remember is that it has lower drawers, which I can show you later, and the drawers contain really nice stuff. It's important to remember about the lower drawers. Yep, this is the griddle. It's used for, as the guy is saying, searing and frying, but it doesn't require oil to do it properly. You can also see the spatula hanging over it. You can use it to flip whatever you're frying. It's tons of fun. The gas stand, you can use it to work with pots for boiling or with pans. Yeah, it's important to remember about how you place the objects on it, because you only have six gas stands, so you need to remember that you need to be smart about how you're going to plan it. Okay, the next marker. This is starting point for, like, I think 90% of the recipes. Here you can cut whatever you're holding in your hands. The best way to do it is by placing the object on the board and then grabbing the knife and cutting it. I think that today we're going to do a lot of cutting, so I think you guys are going to see. Sorry for pausing the game for a moment. Yep. Yeah, this is the clock. In the story mode, you can use it to actually speed up the time. You can use it to speed up the time. You can have pauses in the game where you can either finish cleaning up after your shift, or you can come earlier to work and actually prepare or pre-prepare some of the dishes. But if you don't feel like, you know, staying longer at work and use it to skip the time, in sandbox mode it doesn't work because you actually don't have time restrictions on your orders. Yeah, faucet, sink, however you want to call it, it's used to, it's your access to water in the kitchen. You can use it to fill up the pots for making soup and so on and so on. We have two ovens for baking various stuff. Yeah, just place the objects on a tray, put it into the oven, turn this knob, and you're ready to go. Yep, here we have deep fryers. No, you don't have to pay. You don't have to pay for water. Water is actually free, so yeah, you can just go crazy with it. Yep. And aside from deep fryers, we also have a grill for grilling, obviously. And this is the next station. We have blender. As you could see on one of the previous tables, you also have the hand blender, but this is like a stationary one. You can hold you can place multiple ingredients inside and blend them together and see what comes out. Yep. You also have the microwave. You're actually not supposed to use the microwave because, you know, that's not how the chefs do it, but if you are in a hurry and you feel that you would prefer to actually use the microwave to save the dish hot instead of cold, well, that might be your chance to actually not screw up the order so bad. Yep, this is the TV screen. This is the TV screen, and you can use it to actually keep track of what's going on with your orders. As you can see, they are conveniently placed all over the kitchen. So there's one over here, there are three over this main island, and also one in the pantry. So wherever you are, you can always see what ingredients you're going to need, what's going on, and etc. Okay. Yeah, we've got the radio, we've got the computer. Laptop is our command center, so this whole desk actually is our command center for the whole kitchen. You can use it to customize by using the laptop. You can use it to upgrade your skills, to purchase new recipes. You can also use the phone to order some repairs, because all of your stands, they actually wear with time, so you know you need to maintain them properly if you don't want to go bankrupt. And this is the final station for every order. Once you prepare the dish, you are actually supposed to deliver it here, so it can then be further delivered to your hungry guests. And one of the last but not least is the trash can. You know, everybody messes up every once in a while, so it's important that you can actually discard of those items and, you know, start over again. Yep, and that was the end of our tour around the kitchen. So I think that right now I will invite you to start with me new game. Okay. No, you don't need to worry about breaking your stance in the sandbox mode. This is only a feature for the story mode. Do you want to follow tutorial during the first day? Yes, I would actually like to follow the tutorial so I can show it to you guys. This is another character. So yeah, she is the manager of a restaurant, and she's helping us with the business side of the things in our career. Yeah, so in the tutorial you can see your tasks in this lower left corner. So yeah, that's important to remember. And in the tutorial, we'll be guided by hand on each and every step. So it's really hard to mess something up, and it's a nice feature. I think so. It's a nice feature if you want to start the game for the first time and you don't want to get overwhelmed by all the mechanics, by the kitchen life. It even has got those tracks showed, so you really cannot get lost in it here. Yeah, so our first task is to repair those broken stands. So as I said before, we use our phone for that. So here we just need to highlight what's broken. In this case, this is the gas stand. And here by using the mouse scroll, we can actually choose what company we would like to use for this repair, whose services we would like to pay for. The companies, they have different prices, but also different time for completing the repairs. So as you can see, usually that if they're cheaper, it's going to take them longer to repair. Let's choose any. Actually, it's not that important right now. Let's order the repairs for those guys as well. Okay. Yep. So now we just need to be patient and wait for all the repairs to be done. We can put it back. Yep. So we're going back to our store. Within in this game is a box. Here we have some you can see that we have categories for all the items we might be buying. We have products, spices, liquids, and utensils. So we're going to start with the blender. Yep, let's put this guy away. And as I also said in the beginning, we can carry the boards around the kitchen. So yeah, let's place it over here as the marker indicates. And now we'll need to buy all the required equipment. So it's one bake tray. Let's place it where it belongs. We're going also to need two big pots. This is number one. And this is number two. Okay. A knife. Cutting board. And also a spatula. Okay, so now we've got the tools we need for starting our adventure, and right now we also need to learn some recipes. Okay, so as I said, the laptop is our command center used for various for improving our skills, improving our perks, unlocking new recipes, and so on. So yeah, right now we can go to this not owned recipes tab and we can buy our first recipe. Yep, we're also going to need salmon steak, so we can unlock it. It's free. And zoop. Yep. Yeah. So we've got our first 3 basic recipes. We're going also to need some more spices for that. Let's go to our box. Let's find salt. Yeah, it's the same as buying utensils and products. So now we can also buy other required assets. Nice, thank you. Yep, but we're also going to need some liquids. Chicken broth, sour cream, and sunflower oil. Yeah, so right now we're going to start working on our very first recipe. It's going to be baked trout. And we've got our friendly chef to assist us, to guide us through the first steps. As you can see right now, the time is frozen, so we can actually take all the time in the world. Those are the drawers, by the way, I mentioned before. So yeah, we're going to buy our very first fish. And now we'll need to season it with 5 grams of black pepper, okay, and the last one, okay. So now we're going to bake the trout. There are actually 2 ways we can place the trout into the oven. Well, there are more, but they are like 2 basic. And the best one is to actually pick up the container, in this case the baking tray first, and then highlight the fish and click on it, and it's going to be placed perfectly in the middle. So now we can just place it in the oven. Okay, let's turn it on. And now we need to wait for 90 seconds. We can use this timer to actually set up the time. 90 seconds. Good luck. Okay. In the meantime, we can work on some garnish. In this case, it's going to be lemon. And we're going to cut it. So right now, as I mentioned before, we actually added some perks to the game. Right now we don't have any unlocked because this is the very beginning, but as you will see in a minute, we can actually improve our skills as we play. So this is the first way to cut the lemon, or any object to be precise, that you can just cut it and it's going to fall apart immediately. But with perk, you can actually freeze the object while cutting it, and then by releasing the shift, it's going to unfreeze, and you can use this skill to create some perfectly cut or shaped ingredients for your dishes. Okay. We just need to wait a little bit more for the fish to be ready. See how well we did on the lemons. This is 14, 26, 17, 23. Yeah, well, they're not actually equal, but this is our very first lemon cut in the game, so I guess it's good enough. Yep, let's buy a plate. And with the plate we can pick up the fish, but first let's silence the timer. Okay. Okay, now we need to add some more seasoning, some horseradish this time. A little bit too much, but I think it's going to be okay. Yep. Now we need to pick up the lemons onto the plate. We can either pick them one by one, like this, but we can also use our mouse scroll to highlight more objects and then just pick them all at the same time. And now for some garnish, we're going to need 3 pieces of parsley. And this is our very first recipe prepared, so we can just send it over to our hungry guest. Yep. There it goes. This was our very first order, so we've got a very good score, but I will show you later that actually we have this tab with guest complaints, and in here we're going to hear what, if anything, was done wrong or could be done better with the recipe to earn a higher score. And the overall score consists of 2 sub-scores, which is the taste, so basically how well the dish was prepared, and also how long it took us to prepare the dish. So yeah, this was our first day. Nothing too hard, I guess. We got the nice summary. Our total income was actually on minus. But yeah, we've made some improvements. Yeah, so this is the screen that you guys haven't seen before because it was not available in the beta, because we introduced the level and skills and perk system later on. So right now, as you can see, we earned our first level. We can choose a perk. So yeah, about the perks, they have a high impact on the gameplay. They are active skills that you can use. For example, let's just have a look at some of those. Steady hands. This is the perk I mentioned in a moment ago, that you can actually use to freeze the objects while cutting them. Another very useful perk is heatproof gloves that allows you to pick up hot ingredients. As you might remember in the beta, the ones of you who played, when you were trying to pick up hot item, the icon would change into a red hand instead of white, and you couldn't pick it up with your bare hands. So I believe that this has a huge impact on the gameplay if you choose this perk. Some other ones, but let's just leave it for some other streams in the future, or maybe for you to discover. And in here we have skills. Skills are more passive abilities. They also have an influence on the gameplay, but it's not so direct. So yeah, let's have a look what we can buy in here. Cheaper products, cheaper recipes, cheaper repairs, better tips, faster repairs, taste tolerance, standard overtime. Let's go with this one, extended dish timers, so it's going to give us more time to prepare the dishes for the customers. So yeah, right now we can take it easy and just do all the talking and explaining while we're going to cook with extended period of time to complete the recipes. And right now we finished the day 1, now it's day 2. And as our manager is saying, we would like to become the best restaurant in the city by progressing, unlocking new dishes, by serving customers. So yeah. And this is the phase we mentioned in the beginning. This is the preparation phase. It's actually the time before all the customers start coming to our restaurant. We can use this time to, for example, organize our things around the kitchen. We can also pre-prepare some of the dishes that we expect to be ordered today. So later on, if they're ordered, we won't have to spend so much time preparing them, and we can get some extra points for being quick in service. So yeah, let's check our skills. Yep, this is something we just talked about in a moment on the screen. We can actually review all the skills we have already acquired, what level they are on, and how they are going to influence gameplay. You can also reset the skills if you want to. But I think we're going to be fine for now. Yep, and here we have the perk screen. So those numbers in here, they indicate on what level you will be allowed to unlock new perk. So right now we only got our first one. We will have a new perk available at level 3, then at level 5, and so on, as you can see. Okay. So now we need to get ready to order. We need to get ready to start taking orders. This is our friendly chef, and this is server in our restaurant. He is the third and last character for now that we have in the game, and this is our first order today, salmon steak. So we're still being held by hand by the chef. Every step is going to be explained to us, so we can understand all the mechanics, all the basics. So yeah, right now we're supposed to pick up the pot and pour in some water as we said that can be accessed in here. Yeah, that seems just about right. And we're going to add some salt, 20 grams. Okay, perfect. Okay, now we're going to buy 2 potatoes. And as we said before, the best way to actually do it is by holding the potato, by holding the pot in your hands and then reading on the potatoes, but you can also do it like one by one. Well, not in the tutorial, I guess. No, we can do it. One. Okay. Now we're going to boil the water with potatoes. Let's just set up the timer first for 2 minutes. Okay. Now we're going to be working on the salmon steak. So yeah, we're going to go to the refrigerator, buy the salmon steak. And we need to season it. Actually, you can see in here we have the recipe screen, and it's also divided into areas. So this area tells us how much time we have left to prepare the dish in the given amount of time. It's also an illustration of how the dish is supposed to look, in case you were wondering. And here we have the list of the ingredients we're going to need. They're also divided into categories. So here we have products, liquids, here we have spices and so on, and here we have the step-by-step instruction on how to prepare the dish. It's also divided into ingredients. So first we work on salmon steak, then we work on boiled potatoes, and together they give us the dish we're working on, which is salmon steak and boiled potatoes. So yeah, we're going to season it with how much? With 5 grams of salt. It's 5. And with 5 grams of black pepper. Okay, it's even 6, but okay. Going to need a pan. Okay. Going to need some oil first. Okay. Now let's place the salmon into the pan, onto the pan. Okay, we're going to silence the timer and we're going to set it for 1 minute exactly and start frying. Okay, potatoes seem to be ready because that was supposed to take 2 minutes. Okay, in the meantime, while we're waiting for the fish, we can pick up the potatoes. So going to need the plate that okay, 2 nice steaming potatoes ready to go. Now let's just wait a couple more seconds for the fish to be ready. You can see how they're nice and steamy from here. We have this indicator. Once we highlight the ingredients, we have the We have the picture of it, we have the name, what it is, and we also have got its thermal state. So as you can see, the bar is all green, so it means it's all good. Once it starts turning red, it's going to mean that it's being overcooked. Okay, chill out. And now we need to flip the steak. I mean salmon. Perfect. Okay. It's going to take another 60 seconds. Okay. So, as I mentioned before, we have this indicator that shows us the thermal state of the ingredient. It also shows us how much it weighs. We can also have some access information when we highlight the container. As you can see, this container, the plate, it contains 2 potatoes with the total sum of 300 grams. So you can be seen when we highlight the spices, we can see how much we have left. You can see we've been using horseradish, so it's less than 500 grams. So 20 more seconds. You can hear it frying. It's also steamy. Oh, you can also see that the water changed colors from the potatoes. Means that it has been used and it took some taste from the potatoes. Okay. We cannot pick it up with our bare hands, we don't have the part required, so let's pick up the plate first. And now let's pick up the fish. Okay. And now it's ready. You can also snap a picture of what we have created in this photo mode. It can be accessed here on the shelf, but it can also be accessed at any moment in the game by pressing P. You can mess up with field of view, with the perspective, you can tilt the camera, whatever. You can also work with the depth of field. As you can see now the background is all blurry, you can also adjust it as much as you want it. So yeah, for example, take a screenshot. This is our very first dish in the second day, so it's important to keep the record of our progress, of our achievements. So yep, that's it. Let's send it to the hungry customer and let's see how we did it. Yeah, it seems that they are being very easy on us because this is just the beginning of our career. So we got 5 points for the taste, 5 for realization time. We got some tip, essentially a very nice tip. So yep. Exactly, no time for starting off. Now we're going to work on the tomato soup. Yep. First, let's get rid of that one. Let's take a new one. And we're going to add some chicken broth first. Also watch the liquid physics, how it behaves, that it actually responds to us shaking this box. You can see the pot slowly filling up with liquid. I guess I had too much fun, I poured a little bit too much, but I guess it's going to be fine anyway. So now we need to spice it up. Let's pick up the pot, let's place it over here for our convenience. What are we going to need? 12 grams of salt. Okay. Yeah, I got a little bit excited, but it's going to be fine since we put more chicken broth anyway. So now black pepper, 12 grams. Perfect. Okay. What else? And cayenne pepper. Okay. 6 grams as well. Alright. Seems just about right. Now we're going to add 8 tomatoes into the pot. We can do it the boring way, but we can also try to have some fun. Yep. See. Yeah, that's the first one. Let's try the second one. This is not going to be the most cost-effective way of preparing a soup. Let's see how many we're going to need. We're going to need 8, I believe. Yes, 8. So we have 1 inside. So we have 1, 3, 4. Okay, and we're also going to need an onion. All right, and let's place it over here. Going to need to boil it for exactly 1 minute. So let's use our friendly timer again. Yep. Actually, pick up this guy. Where's the second one? Going to reach you? Yes. Okay. So we have less than half a minute. You can also see what's going on in the pot by either highlighting the pot itself. You can see all the tomatoes, their temperature, and their weight. The same with onions. You can also check them all separately by highlighting each of those individually. You can also see that the color of the soup changed. It was yellowish from the broth. Now it's going to be more red because the ingredients inside they change both flavors and the colors when they're being boiled. So, yep. What do we have to do now? Now we're going to we're going to actually use the blender and blend those bad boys together. You can see the level of liquid is increasing with every blended item. Yeah, just the sound part a little bit, but going to be fixed anyway. Now we're going to add some sour cream. Yeah, it's usually over here in the corner, but we just bought it from the box, so it's over here. I'm going to add 150 milliliters. You can see that the angle that I'm tilting it at, it affects how quickly it's going to fill out. See? It's filling way faster when I'm tilting it at the higher angle. Yeah, I poured a little bit too much. I just wanted to show off. Lesson learned. Don't show off on the streams. Okay? And now we're going to place this tea plate over here, and we're going to pour carefully the soup into the plate. We have 140, so we're going to need, well, how much do we have? Yeah, it's almost perfect serving amount. So right now we can put it on the serving shelf. Yeah, very basic first soup right here. Let's send it over to our hungry guests. And let's see how we did it. As you can see, I had some points subtracted from the taste. And you can see right now the reason why. We didn't have enough tomato and we added way too much sour cream. There was not enough tomato because of the proportions, that because we added too much chicken broth, so overall it's okay, it's very good, it's almost 5 stars, but we can see that there are some areas that could use some improvement in the future. Okay, so this was our second recipe done. Order complete. Now we have the new one. Going to be the baked trout, and yeah, as our friendly chef says, I think we got it. So let's have a look at the instructions. We need to take the trout first. Hello. Going to season it with, what is it supposed to be? Black pepper. Yeah, black pepper 5 grams. Okay. What else? Still 5G as well. And the last one. Okay, 5 grams. Jump over here. Let's go. Let's page you up. Okay. How long? It was 90 seconds, I believe. Yeah, right. 90 seconds. Let's set up the timer. It's 1 minute, so we don't need to set it up again for 30 seconds. We can also work on the lemon right now. There's the lemon. Sorry. Okay. As you can see right now, I have the paired steady hands that allows me to cut precisely. So if I press shift right now, it's going to freeze the product. So I can make nice cut like this, and when it's frozen, I can also make second and next cuts. I release the shift. Now it unfroze. Let's see how I did this time. 21, 16, 19. Yeah, I think that right now we did a way better job. They're more close to each other when it comes to weight than with our first try. Okay, let's just set it up for 30 more seconds. In the beginning it's kinda slow because we don't know many recipes, we're not required to multitask so much. But later on we're going to learn, we'll be required to learn our way around the kitchen and how to actually optimize what we're doing, so we will waste as little time as possible. Okay. You ready? Yep. Fish is ready. Let's go pick up the plate. You can also see the stains from the spices that we add to the fish. It's fine, horseradish. Okay, 5 grams. A little bit too much. We'll see if the dress is going to complain about it or not. 4 pieces of lemon and 6 grams of parsley. So let's serve it to the customer. I can snap a picture as well. Okay, let's see how we did. How it went out. Very good. Perfect chef. 5 out of 5 stars. No complaints whatsoever. Alright. And we have the summary of our second day. So, yep. Yeah, so in order to progress in career, we need to gain fame stars. So we acquire fame stars by participating in kind of exam. We will be visited by the food critic. He's a special kind of customer who has higher requirements than usual customers, so we need to make sure that we're going to ace his order, and if we do it properly, we're going to earn a fame star, and he's going to appear in our restaurant once we have enough fame points, so it's not a random event. And again, we have the summary screen from our completed day. We got new skill points, free this time. We can choose our skills. We need to gain 1 more level to unlock new perk. Yeah, so we can change our money requirements and so on. It doesn't really matter that much. for example, pick this one that our equipment won't wear so quickly. And we also going to unlock a new recipe. This is the reason for that we actually require chefs to unlock new recipes at the certain time of the day after completing the day, is to make sure that you will keep on progressing, you will keep on unlocking new recipes, that you won't start to the only 3 basic ones throughout the whole game. It wouldn't be possible to acquire the highest fame levels quickly anyway, because you just wouldn't get enough points from them. But still, we just want to make sure that you guys are going to be progressing, leveling up as players in the game, and learning and mastering new recipes. So, right now that we unlocked the new recipe, Ukrainian borscht, beetroot soup, we're going to need new ingredients. So, as we can see, the ingredients appeared in our store. We can actually have parsley and beetroot available right now for buying. They appeared because they are required ingredients for the soup. So, that's the way that we obtain new ingredients, is by unlocking new recipes. Yeah, we have the memo that food critic is going to come today. We can actually do some preparations first if you would like. We have 2.5 minutes for that. But I suppose we're fine for now. Let's just start the day. Let's skip the phase. Yeah, and our today's goal is earning our first fame star. By the way, yeah, the game is going to be $20 without 1 cent. Somebody asked in the chat. Yep, so I can just display the recipe right now. And what we're going to need, we're going to need a pot, obviously, because it's a soup, not this one. Pick up this guy. Going to need chicken broth. 500 milliliters. So as you can see, the more I tilt, the faster it's going to pour. That's just perfect amount. Exactly what we need. Now we're going to need salt, 20 grams, similar to the previous soup we made. Thank you, Luis, for your kind words. We actually put a lot of heart and time into preparing this game for you. We just want to make sure that we made the best game possible for the release, and we're very excited to actually see its release being released soon. And I'm very happy to actually stream it for you guys today. So yeah, we had salt. Now we're going to take the black pepper. Okay, 20 grams as well. Okay. Now we're going to pick up veggies. Going to need some beetroots. How many? 600 grams. That means 5 beetroots. Okay. 1 parsley. And we're going to boil it for exactly 2 minutes. So let's take our timer first. Okay. Now it's just, all nice and chill. We have one order waiting, coming right up. We have the soup prepared anyway. If anybody ordered tomato soup, we can just heat up this one. So, yep. Then just chill around. Play some darts, for example. You won't have time to play darts later on, but right now it's fine. Let's see if we're going to ace this. Yep, I hit perfectly in the middle, and that starts an animation. It's just a tiny feature. If you hit it anywhere else than the middle, the animation won't start. And you can see that we have the points. Our goal is to reduce the score to 0. And here's the number of throws we have left. It's just a very simple game to kill the time. We can see one of the notes left by the previous chef. It explains the rules. You can see that the notes are placed all over the kitchen. If you like, you can just have a tour and find all of them and just see what messages he left for us. Okay, how it's going? It's almost ready. You can see that it already changed the color to this reddish, I would say. It's gaining the color from the beetroots. 10 seconds. There's really not much we can do right now. Just need to be patient. We can pick up deep plate. Going to need it anyway. Okay. Now that it's ready, what do we have to do? We're going to need to blend this bad boy together. Okay. And now we're going to pour it into deep plate. Yeah, I think it's good enough. Okay, let's send it over. And here we have our score. The guest is pleased. However, well, we made some minor mistakes on the preparation. Nothing too serious. We can also unlock a new recipe from our computer. But first, let's see what the critic wants. Okay, so he wants salmon steak. Yeah, you guys wanted me to show you the mopping, so I'll just do it in a minute when we're going to have some spare time while frying the fish. So let's just start again. We're going to take the salmon. Oh yeah, sorry, I wasn't supposed to blend the veggies. Yeah, Alexander is is our designer. He's in the chat, available for you. So yeah, that was my mistake. Sorry, I just got too excited. I guess that's the reason why the score got messed up. Thank you for letting me know about that. Okay, we just need to season the fish now. Salt 5 grams. Okay. Black pepper. Let's get rid of the old one. See, it's leaving the stains in the sink. So let's pour some fresh oil. Yeah, almost perfect. Not going to try to correct it. Okay, let's place it over here. How much are we going to? 60 seconds each side. Okay. And we're also going to work on the potatoes a little bit. Yeah, we don't have a pot available. We can buy a new one, but since I made a mistake on the borscht, then I'm just going to get rid of that. You know, just pour it on the floor. You can see it's stained. I'll show you how mopping works in a moment. So first let's add water. Okay. How much was that? 20 grams of salt. Okay. Let's grab the potatoes. Okay, we have 2 minutes for the potatoes, 1 minute for the fish. So yeah, we made some mess. We can make some more mess. Okay. Now we can pick up the mop. And it's going just to get rid of the stains. It's not going to get rid of the glass though. We have to pick it up manually later. Let's place it back. Okay. I kinda forgot about the fillet, I didn't flip it, but we will be able to see how it's going to affect our rating. Okay. Let's try this bad boy for the remaining time. Yes, you can actually go bankrupt in the game if you just don't know how to manage your finances, if you spend too much time messing around or messing up the orders. So yeah, this is actually an option. I'll just show you guys. Okay. But we also have a sponge. Does the same job as the mop, but it can also be used on the surfaces above the floor, like walls, tables and so on. So yeah, there are two ways you can clean stains in the game. This salmon is getting burned anyway, but let's just see what's gonna happen, okay? Let's just see how it's going to affect our rating if we heat it up way too much than we're supposed to. Let's see what's gonna happen. Okay. Let's see what they're going to say about that. No, actually the stains they are just visuals. Um, Although some recipes actually require you to pour liquids over certain ingredients, and this is actually a requirement taste-wise to have a good score. But if you just leave a mess on the floor and anywhere else, well, yeah, it's not going to do anything. Okay, we had too much sunflower oil and some heating mistakes. Okay, so it got too much flavor of the oil because it was exchanging the flavors for too long by being baked improperly. And also heating mistakes. Obviously we've been heating up the fish way too long, although the temperature is good. Nobody likes cold food, I mean, not this type. And what do we have here? This is our very first prize for gaining fame level. You can just place it somewhere right now. Nice, shiny. You can think of a better place for it later on. Yeah, burnt is tasty. For some people, definitely it is. Yeah, we have the chance right now to fix the borscht order we messed up. So Let's get rid of that one. Yeah, that's one way to do it. Okay, what was required? We were supposed to add 500 milliliters of this. Okay, perfect. Some salt, obviously. Okay, some black pepper. All right. What else are we going to need? We're going to need beetroots, obviously, and onions. So yeah, let's go for the beetroots. Okay, 5. And also 1 onion. There it is. 1 minute, I believe, right? Nope. 2 minutes. Let's fix it. Okay. You can see it's changing the color already from being boiled. And right now we can see that we have 2 recipes going on at the same time. So let's work on the baked trout as well. Let's not mess up this order by making our customer wait for too long. Okay, let's get the trout. Yeah. Expansion lawsuits. Yeah, I guess that's a nice idea for some mods for the game. Right now we're focused on just releasing the game for you guys as soon as possible. The best game we possibly can, and we might also be adding some more features in the future. But first, we just need to you know, get a glimpse at what requires to be supported after the release, what would be the best, what is the most required and asked thing, because you guys have tons of ideas and we only have so many people working on the game, so we just need to first set our priorities after the game is released. But we really appreciate all of your ideas and suggestions. It means a lot to us, and thank you for it. So yeah, I think that expansion lawsuits is a great idea, and we have to think about it in the future. A little bit too much. Okay, now BD, let's place you over here. You're going to need 90 seconds if I remember. Yep, 90 seconds. And let's prepare the lemon as well. Okay, this guy is ready. Let's turn you off. And I guess I lost a knife somewhere around here. Oh, there it is. Okay, thank you, Jesse, for your kind words. Yeah, let's cut the lemon into quarters, more or less. Not going to freeze it this time. Okay. We have enough time to serve the barge in the meantime. Oh, by the way, yeah, the plates do have the price. You pay for every product you pick up, but as you can see on the order screen when it's being sent out, that actually you have the refund for the price of the plate, so it's so it's all good. The only way you can use money on plates is by breaking them. I guess that's a little bit too much. It even hurts a little bit, so we're not that generous for our customers. We love them, but let's be reasonable about it. Yeah. So this time, according to the suggestion, I'm not blending the ingredients in the pot. Okay, I'm coming. Shh. Okay, let's serve the soup first. Okay. Okay, I guess I need to think a little bit more about the recipe, what I did wrong this time. It's slightly better than the last time, but yeah, let's see. Now let's get that fish ready for the customer. So yeah, let's grab a plate. Yeah, it's multitasking time, so let's pick up the fish. Season it as well with horseradish, I almost forgot. Yeah, I do know that the idea for the lawsuits expansion was a joke, but honestly, I think that would make an awesome. Wait, I think I dropped something on the way. Oh. I think that would be a very funny idea, just to follow it. That you actually make a cooking simulator and then you turn it into a game that's about messing up the order so badly that actually you're going to get a lawsuit from food poisoning or something else horrible happening to your customers. Yeah, unwanted salt. Yeah, I just got confused salt with the other thing. So this is what went wrong. Yeah, I guess I dropped one of those on the way, and I didn't give enough time. So yeah, I have some points subtracted, but they're happy anyway. As you can see here, we have the money for the plate return, so it's all fine. Okay, the next order for today is the salmon steak. We're still working on the basics. It's going to get progressively harder in the future. This is, just the introduction to the game. So, so yeah, let's get that working. Well, let's pick up the salmon steak. Let's add the required spices. Alright. And we're going to add sunflower oil, which I read the bottle previously by showing off, but yeah, we're just going to buy a new one. And let's. Sorry, I just got something in my eye. Alright, let's place this bad boy up. We're tough chefs, we not give up because of tears in our eyes. We're going to work hard anyway. So yeah, how much is going to take? 2 minutes, 1 minute each side. Okay. Meantime, those are the tears of joy for making our customers happy, I suppose. Okay. And let's also prepare the potatoes. Not in this pot. Where's the other one? Let's with soup. Yeah, we're not gonna waste all those beetroots and stuff. We're just going to buy a new pot. We're going to need it anyway. So the big one. Okay. Okay, let's get the potatoes done. Yeah, I again messed up on the salmon. It's going to be fried. Anyway, I think we're going to get 4 stars at least, so I think it's good enough for the beginners, like we are in the beginning. Yep, this is the last order for today. Let's pick up the plate. It'll be like 1 minute more from the potatoes. We can fix this mess we made today. Let's buy a bucket and use it to pick up all the trash from the floor. Just like that. You can just now place it where it belongs. Let's leave it here. Let's clean the floors as well. Yeah. Almost ready. Here's the plate. Yeah, again, crispy salmon. But some people like it anyway. So yeah, we don't want any stabby glass in the kitchen. Potatoes, and just gonna need like a few more seconds. Teraz dopiero? Wcześniej było słychać? Okay. Alright. Yeah, another salmon failed under my cooking. I guess I'm a noob, but we'll try to get some other guys playing the game for you in the next streams, so we can see which one of us on the team is the best chef of all the chefs in the world, or at least in Cooking Simulator. So yeah. Pick up the potatoes. Is that it? That's it. Let's see how much I failed. What's going to happen if I put some glass into the plate? Let's find out. That's a good question. So let's pick up a piece of glass. Let's see what it's going to tell us. Okay. Let's see what's gonna happen. Yeah, we had dangerous object in the in the in the dish. I guess the punishment is way too low, but as you can see, it drastically dropped our overall score anyway. No, the taste was, well, almost perfect. Precision time was perfect, but we lost many points because of potentially killing somebody by adding pointy stick glass into their plate. So yeah, you just need to be careful on what you serve to your customers. So this is the end of the day 3. We had some expenses, we had some income. We actually have income for cookbacks, so we're slowly making progress. So now we are at level 3. We have new perks available. And I would go with the heat-proof gloves. Go with anything right now. Better tips, that's something we actually love to have. And I think we're gonna buy the steak. I guess everyone loves steak, and this is something that we would like to leave for the next streams, guys. So thank you so much for today. Uh, if you have any questions or any requests, let us know on our Steam forum, in the discussions panel, or under one of the announcements. Or you can also contact us on our Facebook fan page or Twitter, whichever way is the best for you guys. So it was very nice hosting this stream for you guys, and thank you so much for spending this 1.5 hour with us playing Cooking Simulator. And we hope to see you this Friday in 2 days at the very same time. We're going to be playing some more Cooking Simulator, doing some other stuff. So yeah, please let us know what you would like to see in the next stream. See you.